I nipped down the boat this morning. I'm going to winterize it. Frost forecast for this weekend, so I need to drain the water system off, and I'll show you how I do that. But the river is still very high on, and Sorley Cut is very high. If you look across there, the other side, there's only one block showing, so you can see how high it is. When I've winterized, I'll have a walk down to Sorley Lock, which is down there, and just show you the extent of the river in a bit. Look at those clouds. Mr. Solar Face is out, but the wind's picking up, and we're going to certainly have some rain. Every day's a bonus. So I'm on the boat. I'm about to start the winterization of the fresh water system. So I've just taken these steps out from here, and I'll show you where they go back in a moment. And I've got this cover now, which is over the pump. So if we lift that up and put that safely out the way, it allows me to get to the water pump and the stop valve here. I'm going to turn that way now. That is off. And I've left a little note there, look, say open when it's that way. And to open it, I need to turn it that way. So that is closed. The water tank on the boat is only half full, so that's the first stage, is to now stop the water coming into the boat. And I'm now going to drain the taps, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. So step 2 is to actually drain the water out the taps. And we need to drain the hot and the cold. So I'm going to put that on there. That's in the kitchen. I'm going to have to do the same in the bathroom. And that's in the middle, so that's draining the hot and the cold. And when I've done that, and then I have to do the shower as well. So let's wait and see how we do with that. I'd always do the shower last, because then there's less water to actually come out of it and less water to pump away. Because I don't want any water to be in there over winter, do I? So it's not going to take too long, because all I'm draining is the water that's in the hot tank and the water that's in the system and working its way around. And then finally, when the water has finished coming out of the tap in the sink and in the bathroom and in the shower, just a question of switching the water pump off and leaving that off so that it doesn't burn the pump out, because there's no more water going to be pumped through. So the tap, as you can see, is just draining the last trickle out, and I'm going to leave those taps open so that should there be any water left in the pipes over winter and they do freeze, then they'll force the way out. It'll be okay. And this is what I do for the shower. I take that off and save the washer. So there we go. Every day's a bonus. And then it's a question of putting back the cover. And I normally wrap it up with some old cloth there. I've got an old sweatshirt. It'll just keep the frost away from that. Not that it's going to do any damage, but it's just in case there's any water in there. And I'll put this cover back in, and then I'll show you with the step back on. And that's the steps back in place. So all ready, and then when we come to spring and the frosts have gone, it's just a reversal. So take the steps off, the cover off, the padding out, switch the water on, switch the pump on, and let the water flow through, and checking that everything's in order. So make sure for now that these taps are left open, and the taps in the bathroom are left open, and the taps in the shower are left open, and that's it. So when it's springtime, I'll show you the reverse. Every day's a bonus. One last tip about winterising your boat if you're not going to be down for a few weeks or months, particularly when the river's likely to go into flood, is make sure that your mooring ropes are a little on the slack side and they're not frayed and they're tight. Fortunately, we're lucky here because we've got these risers, so if the water level goes up, the risers go up. When we had Storm Babak the other week, the water came just over the gantries, so that was fine, but somebody did come round and check all the ropes and made sure that everything was safe. And the same at the front end as well. Just make sure it's a little bit slack. And I've also turned the gas off, so we know that that's safe. So there we are. Every day's a bonus.